proceed, before you do, I need to swear you in, so you can raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and the penalty of law?
I do.
Want to take this?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your name and spell your first and last name for the jurors?
Stephen Bergen, first name Steven, last name Burgin.
And Mr. Bergen, where do you live?
803 Country Club Drive, Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
In Rio Rancho. And what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a manager at Sadie's.
Which one? Downtown?
4th Street.
Best one. Okay. Mr. Bergen, I want to take direct you back to last year, Memorial Day of last year, May 25th, 2015. Do you recall that day?
I do.
Do you recall what you were doing that day?
I was driving home on Southern and Country Club.
Okay. You were driving home. Had you worked that day?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So I'm sorry, again, where were you driving again?
I was driving back to my house with my fiance and daughter in the car.
And what roads were you driving on?
I was sitting at the stoplight on Southern and Country Club.
Okay. There's a binder in front of you. If you could, they're numbered exhibits. You'll see by the red stickers.
Okay.
If you could find exhibits 138, 139, and 140.
I don't see it. What were the numbers again?
138, 139, and 140.
Okay.
Starting with 138, what does that photograph depict?
That is Sarah Road.
Now, hold on one second. I'm going to take this out of the plastic. The glare is not too good. Let's try this again. Okay, now where is that?
That is Sarah Road.
Okay. And what side of Southern is that?
That is the south side.
The south side. Okay. Now, where were you parked, or where were you sitting in your car?
I was sitting on Southern and Country Club. I was actually on Southern, getting ready to turn left onto Country Club.
Okay. Does that photograph depict where you were, the location where you were in your car waiting to turn?
Yeah, that darker SUV was
so
where I was sitting at, to the left.
This is where you were waiting to turn?
Correct.
You were waiting to turn left and go north on Country Club?
Correct.
Okay. And when you were at that intersection waiting to turn, did anything notable happen?
Right before it had turned green, the green arrow, there was a gold Dodge Durango that sped through the intersection that turned left onto, or turned southbound onto Sarah Road, on the wrong side of the wrong lane.
Okay. Let's take a look at 139. What is this? Do you recognize where that is?
Yeah, that's still Sarah Road.
Okay. So looking at this, as the arrows are pointing, if you were driving this way, what direction would you be going?
If I were driving, I would be, okay, I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. I'm in a car here and I'm driving, well, let's do this. If I'm driving here straight,
Okay.
what direction am I going?
You're going north.
Okay. And you are still waiting, like where these cars are here, waiting?
Yeah, where to your pin is at right now.
But you're waiting to turn left onto Country Club.
Correct.
So on the left side, well, on the south side at that intersection, on the south side of Southern is Country Club, and on the opposite side is Sarah Road, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And can you, when you say that you saw, could you step down for a second? No.
Yes.
When you said you saw a vehicle going down the wrong lane, what do you mean?
When they turned from Southern right here, they turned into right here. They're coming down this way.
Okay, and where should they have turned?
Over here.
Okay. And did you see them, how they were driving?
The tires were screeching. Other than that, because there's a little hill coming down right here, you can't see too much because I was turning left.
Okay. Did you see him, did you see that vehicle? Were there any vehicles had to make evasive movements or anything to get away from him?
Not that I saw.
Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and sit back down. And Mr. Burgeon, were you able to see who was inside the vehicle?
No, ma'am.
Could you see how many people were in the vehicle?
No, ma'am.
What kind of, did you get a close enough look to be able to tell what kind of vehicle it was?
It was a older model, late '90s Dodge Durango.
Did you happen to get a look at the license plate?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Did I hear you correctly that the vehicle you saw was a gold Dodge Durango?
Yeah, it was a gold Dodge Durango.
No further questions, thank you.
Direct.
Do you have any idea what time of day that was that you're at that intersection?
It was about 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere around there, I believe so.
How do you know that time?
That was just when I first gave my initial statement, that's what I had told the officers.
Okay. Thank you. That's nothing further.
May this witness be released permanently?
Yes.
Okay, you may sit down, and you are excused to remain in the courtroom when you're beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
See me calling next witness.
Enrique Lewis, Your Honor.
So Luis, why don't you come up front?
Yeah.
Before you take a seat, let me swear you in, man.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or, right hand,
Good.
your other right hand, okay.
All right.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and the penalty of law?
I'm sure. Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, you know.
Sit down here.
We'll take a seat, yes.
All right, man. How you doing, miss? Sorry.
Sorry, Judge.
This thing? Oh. Sorry.
Mr. Lewis, can you please state your full name and please spell both your first and last names?
It's Enrique Lewis. Enrique, E-N-R-I-Q-E. Lewis, L-O-U-I-S.
And Mr. Lewis, where do you live right now?
Rio Rancho,
Okay, and how long have you lived in Rio Rancho?
about a year and a few months.
Okay, and where are you originally from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, okay.
Yes, sir.
And what do you do right now? I mean, as far as making a living.
Supervisor of Aldo's Pizza, Rio Rancho.
Okay, and where's Aldo's Pizza located in Rio Rancho?
It is on 528 and Sarah.
Okay, and I want to refer you back to May 25th, 2015. Were you employed at Aldo's Pizza?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I want to refer you to about 7 o'clock p.m. that day. Do you recall where you were at?
I was sitting down eating meatballs at my restaurant.
You were sitting what?
Sitting down at my restaurant eating meatballs. I was getting ready to clock out and get ready to go home during that time.
And at some point, did you leave your employment?
Yeah, yes sir.
Okay, and how do you get home?
I walk.
Okay, and about how far is your house from your employment?
About an hour and half an hour, hour and a half, around there.
Quite a bit of distance?
Yeah,
Okay. And you do this every day?
mostly every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you get home? I mean, what street do you go up to and take?
I take Sarah, and then I'll take Southern.
Okay. If you can take a look at the monitor and just indicate, are you aware of, or you have knowledge of where Pine Tree Road and Southern?
I'm not really affiliated with the roads and names and all that
Are
good
you
stuff.
affiliated with the shopping center?
I could tell where that is,
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
Okay. Is that one? Are you aware of that shopping, that strip mall area?
That looks like Albertsons
Right.
right there,
Okay.
and the dollar store and a bunch of other places.
Okay, let me see, just keep going. Now, go ahead and stop it. That main road that is to the, kind of the going, is that Southern? You know?
This road down,
Yeah,
yes sir.
okay. And that is facing west, correct?
I guess so, yeah.
Well, with Albertsons being right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Now, is Sarah around that area?
yeah.
Okay, keep going. Okay, stop. Ah, you went too far. Okay, right there, it's fine. Do you recognize where Sarah would be on that photograph? Lewis?
Why'd you have it come down when it comes up on the screen? Oh, you had
It's
it-
not on the screen, it's at the laptop, Trish. If you can,
If I can see, that's the pasta house, and Sarah's right over there.
okay, if you can stand up and kind of point to where Sarah would be.
This is pasta house, and Sarah should be in this corner right here, actually. Oh, right here. Sarah's right here.
Okay, so that's the street you walk up,
This is the street I walk up to go down that way.
okay. Thank you. That's good. Go ahead and sit down.
Oh, okay.
Now, Sarah goes west, correct? I mean, I'm sorry, Southern goes west. Southern goes west, east and
Yeah,
west.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you, yeah.
Okay. And how does Sarah kind of? Can you describe how Sarah goes?
Sarah is I guess a straight area that ends from 528 to Southern. And normally, if you walk that road, it'll take you about half an hour alone just to walk that.
Okay. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 140 and have you kind of identify, looking at the, is that photograph familiar of Sarah and Southern? And
Yep.
okay.
My citrus, yep.
And show you another angle of it at State's Exhibit 138. Is that going north on Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. And then again, State's Exhibit 139, is that a closer view of
That was
Sarah going?
That's exactly where I was walking across that street.
Okay.
Right there.
Now, we're going to get into that. On May 25th, around 7 o'clock, you left work, is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes, sir.
And you started walking which way up Sarah? South toward 5, I'm not familiar with the major streets there, or towards Southern?
I was walking towards Southern.
Okay, so you're coming up the hill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And approximately at this location, did something occur around 8 p.m. on May 25th, 2015?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to the jury what happened?
I was walking up the road, and as I was walking up, vehicle going down that road, that's all you basically seen. A shitty car, a shitty truck, or whatever it was, and it had a crappy light. You know, the lights were kind of messed up, and the license plate kind of stuck out because it said rat. And then everybody knows what a rat smells like, so that was the only thing that kind of stuck in my head.
Okay. Now, at times you were asked about that. Were you able to recall at the time, at different times, or have life's gone on?
Life just gone on. I hate to say I forgot a lot about it, but I have a lot of things I have a big responsibility at work, so I really don't have time to be, doing anything. I don't even sit there and watch TV. I have no time.
I'll pass it with Mr. Young.
Oh, I could go? Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lewis, just to sort of summarize what you saw
Mhm.
on Sarah Road that day. You just described that it was getting darker, right?
Yes.
And that you saw this, could have been white, could have been blue, could have been gray, crappy car coming your way.
Yes, ma'am.
And it could have been a Ford.
Could have been Ford.
And you described the person inside the vehicle as male, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
I just need yes for the court reporter.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Okay. And that this person was either Hispanic, well, you said on direct examination, Hispanic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
But you recall that in your interview with law enforcement, you said this person could have been Mexican or Italian,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? and that this person had short hair,
Yes, ma'am.
black hair,
Yes, ma'am.
and that this person, you recall having a tattoo on their neck?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor? All right, I'm going to show you what's already been admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 289. If you could just take a look at that. It's 289. And let me know if, could you say with 100% certainty that that was not the person you saw driving down the road?
That was not the person because it was kind of tinted, so I couldn't really identify the person.
Okay. So you can say or you cannot say that's the
I
person?
cannot say that person is the person.
Okay. So is it possibly that person?
It could have been. Yeah, possibly could have been that person.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
It's been admitted, you can publish it.
So this possibly could have been the person you saw driving down the road? Possibly.
I mean,
It happened fast, right?
it happened fast. Like, yes.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Slow, please. Yeah, no questions. Mr. Lewis, thank you for coming down.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there any need to hold him to subpoena for the rest of the round?
No.
No.
Thank you.
Counsel, what's your bench? Okay, folks, it's been a long week, and I told the attorneys earlier that we were gonna recess earlier today than 5 o'clock, so we're gonna recess at this time. You folks have been here, we 4 days, 1 day was an extra long day, so we're gonna recess early today. Let me just remind you that we do not have court on Monday. So you show up here on Monday and you're wondering how come there's no one here, it's because we don't have court on Monday. And next week's schedule is as follows: we have a full day on Tuesday, full day Wednesday, no court on Thursday, and Friday we'll go till around 1 o'clock, 1:30. So we won't take a lunch break, we'll just go straight on Friday. The following week will be we'll go every day until we're done. Before I release you, let me read you the recess instruction again. During recess, do not discuss this case with other jurors or with any other person, or allow anyone to discuss the case with you or in your presence. You as jurors must decide this case based solely on the evidence presented here within the 4 walls of this courtroom. This means that during the trial, you must not conduct any independent research about this case, the matters in this case, and the individuals or corporations involved in this case.